this woman took it upon herself to assault somebody's child. And let's see the reason why she thought it was a good idea to assault someone's child.
If you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me, or step to me so that I know what's up and then I can handle you how I see fit. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the blank you voted for. You're not in the clear. Please don't test your gangster on me because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so that
it sounds like a threat.
It sounds very extreme. And again, I was in a moment of high emotions and I shouldn't have ever posted the video. But the message I was trying to get across, and it came off very wrong, was, if this is going to give people the almost permission in their minds to enact violence against women or anybody, I wanted to basically just say, I'm not going to go down without a.
This lady is crazy. This lady is crazy. And I don't know why this election, like I said, they have, let me change my, They have doped Americans up on fear. I'm going to say this again. They have doped Americans up on fear. Everybody got the Trump derangement. This going to be the last election y'all ever have. This is the most important election y'all have in y'all life. Like, they have really scared people and got so many people fearful, and they have been doing it, and there's been a perpetual state of driving fear down our throats. Like fear. It started with COVID. After COVID, you got, where did it come from? Who's gonna be president? Inflation, going to the store, you can't afford anything. They just been driving fear down our throats. Then they exacerbated with this last election cycle. It is getting scary out here, and y'all got to stay prayed up. Y'all got to make sure y'all meditate. Y'all got to make sure y'all eating healthy. Y'all got to make sure y'all going to the gym, because they are making sure that you are always on pins and needles so they can persuade you any way they want to persuade you, just like walking through the impulse counter. We know you're going to pick up something when you walk this motherfucker, and we're going to have whatever you need to make you feel a certain type of way so you can continue to be sick. And so the reason I'm labeled today about America being untrustworthy, because they put so much in front of us to make sure that we need government assistance, government help. We think we need handouts. We need somebody to pull us up instead of pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. This is what America has come to be. Be safe out here.
A fight. I mean, it's my life's dream to be a teacher. I consider those kids my kids because I don't have any of my own.
Now, don't start crying now. This is how it always be. Every time a female start crying, I'm going to say, that bitch lying. Excuse my French. But she lying just because she started crying, and this ain't real. These ain't real tears.
And they feel that for me.
Do y'all see any tears under her eyes? Y'all see any tears under her eyes?
And it's so fulfilling. It's so rewarding. And I know that what people see right now, I don't look like that person, but I truly would do anything to help any child.
How can you say that on the backs of what you just did and what you just put out there? People always want to tell us how important things are. If it's so important, you would think on the front end, you wouldn't do anything to jeopardize that at any time or any cost. I've seen people that actually feel like certain things are so important to them, they will remove themselves from certain situations before they ever jeopardize that. She doesn't think this is important to her because she's okay with assaulting people's kids and putting out tweets like that and telling people they need to get out of her way if they voted for Donald Trump. This is why we need to go back to keeping religion and who we vote for and our sexual proclivities and sexuality secret, and take everything and put it back in the closet.
And any family in need.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the you voted for. You're not in the clear.
Peace, the USA matrix of regularity, are regularly scheduled and programmed today. Yes, sir, it is.
And just please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever.
This is how crazy these people are. We got to talk. We going when I get these panels, we're gonna start the panels back next week. We got to talk about the 4B movement. We got to talk about the women shaving their heads. We got to talk about it's crazy. And I'm gonna say this again. When did voting become a community building thing? Because I voted for what I think my household needs. I believe in majority rules, and I don't believe in impeding on anybody else's vote by trying to threaten them to vote a certain type of way. The KKK did that. The KKK was part of the Democratic Party, and the KKK made sure that black people voted a certain type of way to make sure they can get things for themselves. But a lot of people don't know that bit of history. You got to understand, when people are out here threatening you because of your vote, they're trying to make sure they can persuade your vote for future elections. You got to be strong, man or woman. You have to be strong and steadfast. And sometimes, sometimes you got to do this thing like I used to do. I used to be in class all the time, and people used to cheat off my paper, especially in math class. Math was my strongest subject. And what I would do is, if I seen them copied off my paper, I would intentionally write down the wrong answer, and right before it was time to turn in my test, I will put the right answer down. And then when I get my paper back, that I got an A and they got an F, and they're trying to figure out how this happened, and they copied off my paper. So what I'm saying is, sometimes you gotta lie and sneak to the poll. You gotta say, yeah, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna vote for Kamala, and then you might have to just go and vote for Trump just to keep the peace. Because like everybody's saying now, some of y'all say y'all was voting for Kamala, but y'all didn't secretly went in there and voted for Trump. And I think a lot of people did that. This is how unhinged we are as a society, that if we do talk about politics, I got to be so worried about the backlash, my job, being able to feed my family, that I can't even tell you truthfully who I voted for. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Hey, make sure y'all share the video. Like I said, today we have a great topic for everybody. Everybody that's watching, everybody in the world. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Tom Holland.